Triangle circled. Lucid reality. A certain time and place where in our everyday life, where reality seems like it has been glitching, where at certain point of time it's like the curtain kind of a move and you can see the man behind the curtain that is pulling your string. These certain time of when most of us find it very hard to fight against our addiction to alcohol. Why blame it on our self of consciousness? While all of this is just been taken by information collections of programming, psychology, or even remotely by our subconscious. It seems as if it just can't stop. Why should it actually call a reality of consciousness when you have to just play it out by your emotional impulse? It's like there is the resource, there is the culprit of the life that we're living. Is just you just program remotely that everything that we do and say it just coming from such source and felt so hard to stop. There is also those times when we fall in love, and these days, this week, it could even been here. We continue to do those stupid things, and sometimes just get more weird and stupider when even the people who are in love with don't even love us, and we just continue to even supply them even with the goodwill of our heart. No, that's what we say, but actually we are in love with those people. Some people would call it obsessions. Blame it on what? Our self of consciousness? And she just say it's just a code of love. It's a sensory code of love. And it's just there, and sometimes we just wouldn't mind, we just pull it out. And it just stuck right there. That is not even hit. Even though those are, very enjoyable. But how about we get up every day working our ass off even for society, and yet still we tell ourselves that we are consciously getting up every day doing these things. Or maybe that's just how we feel about it. But actually, it's a programming. It's a code of informational programming of work. A matter of fact, we cannot do anything at all without programming. Without programming. Your mind need concept and ideas for it to function. And whenever it starts to function from those concepts and ideas, they are still information programmed by your subconscious. And you end up have to work with those. So even when you get up in the morning and say, oh, I got to go to work and I got to do this, and all of those are sensory programming. And most of them done through a fear of what you might lose, or for a better of what you might just gain. So you're working even down into the most fundamental grounds of morality that is not very logically, but it's just an emotional, impulsive of whether it's good or bad, such feelings of negative or positive energy. It's the impact of what you just going to do or what you just might not do. No, not really much of thoughts that came from there. But even our sense of development of knowledge and understanding from such level come way up to where we can acknowledge ourselves and say, yeah, this is me, that is that guy, this is what I do, this is what I love, this is what is love, and whatever, blah, blah, blah. We are still suffering through such sense of logical, moral act, which is emotional, impulsive. Oh, intelligent to us now. Huh? We are living through a set of programming up where we would see reality as if it's, oh, yeah, this is it. But it is a code. It's a code setting. And in some sense of a way, it still could even seem like it's a sense of slavery. Yeah. One of our biggest and worst situation yet that mankind have ever faced is our concept. It's like it's a it's a wild. You know, like out there in the wild reserve where animals live, and it's eat or be eaten. You know, the food chain stuff. That is our mindset. So it's not actually a food chain thing. It's more like a concept thing. And now we're living in a reality where we think that, we're going to come into terms with this and come to terms with that. But the thing about that, we stop because we all have a different set of mentality. And some of us love certain things, while some of us hate that thing that that guy or that woman love. How could we come in turn with this when our mentality is like a wild life, all different type of animal mentality? And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I'm saying that in a sense of where we are like verses of our one another. How we find it possible to function like an animal, as if they have a function in a good sense of a way anyway. So how would we even find it to function like this? We already at our one another by color. We already at our one another by just the way we look, even the way we talk, and even down to the fundamental grounds of where we never really actually meet is our concept, our gender, the way that we were created to live. It's still also giving pain to other people. And sometimes some of us we just cannot do any better. And we just continue to live that way. While some other people trying to serve this world with the goodwill of emotional impulsive, passing through an energy throughout this world and the human mental psyche that most of us can just live comfortably. Well, a little bit comfortably. While some other people, they enjoy seeing people go through pain and stress. That's their main thing. It's like conceptually we are set here on battle, a battle of mental warfare. What I think it should actually be a concept warfare. We are living in a reality of where people concept have become the reality. It's like a change of information towards our global living. And when we live into certain people's sense of mentality, that's their authority. While some other people's sense of mentality, they're living beneath that authority. And they don't even like that. But with a little bit of power becomes what? You know, you could even say God. Because after all, that is what they make our life seems like. It is how they make us even look at some of them. Well, at least that's some of us. But if we don't govern our life, then who does? At times, it seems like even this reality that we live into, it's not even actually real. It's a dream. It's a thought. It's like you're living in the figment thoughts of the universe. And it just thought of what if? And our life just exists. Our life exists through that what if. And all a bunch of other what if. And those other what if, they're like a parallel universe. What if? Etc. etc. Our mind have been programming. Our mind have been programming a lot of information. You got people programming your mind. You got the element programming your mind. You got your subconscious programming your mind. You got the things that you do, the people that you meet, the things that you say, the things that other people say. It calls mind programming. And whenever your mind has been programming through so much thing, even by the media, those movies, those music, I'm not saying that programming is a bad thing. We all are programming. We all live by programming. But the thing about it is that we lost ourselves through all those programming. We don't even know ourselves. And even if we ever do find ourselves, we would even try to be a little bit creative with a programming also too. If everything just run down by programming from a higher sense of consciousness, then our reality have been set from that higher sense of consciousness. So how would we see our reality? Is it actually a reality that we will say, yes, this is it? Or is it a reality that we say, oh, this is a fixed one, but it's okay. It's fixed, but it's okay. Or some people say it's fixed, but it's not okay. Or some people that we don't like it, or some people that we like it. The difference and thing is that the difference between real and something that's not real is that when you think beyond what it actually is, or think beneath what it actually is, like you overestimated it or underestimated it. But what it actually is a program sense of living. And if it is a program sense of living, then it can be reprogrammed. And if it can be reprogrammed, then this reality is not actually the reality, but it is a reality, which there are times in life where you see that it is glitching. So it's mostly like a lucid reality. And if you can wake from that lucid reality, then you can come to a higher sense of reality, and you can program at this reality and fix it up. There are a good thing and bad thing about that, but even that sense of concept is still a concept. And through that sense of concept, it still go through an emotional impulse of whether it felt good, it sound good, or it is good, or it is not. So even your sense of emotion is still a sense of programming. And that is an elusive emotional programming of moral also too. This is a triangle circled.